Hello humanity and everything wrong with it. So, a few months ago, me and a bunch of other cool people joined together and won our first game jam! Yay! Yippee! Hooray! Round of applause, everyone. Round of applause. Thank you. Clap for me. This video will explain how we won, what exactly happened, what game jam it was, blah 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 blah. So let's get to it. My boss was the one who first told me about this game jam. This was called Africommunicate Echoes Game Jam. Long name I know, but I promise it makes sense. This game jam is mainly focused around Nigeria's culture and history, basically making a game for a museum to make their history more entertaining and fun through games. So the theme was basically Nigerian culture and history, and we're supposed to make a game that will be played by tourists in Nigeria's National Museum. They wanted us to make an XR-based game. Mainly, they recommended it, like those AR, VR games, but other mediums were allowed to. So we formed a team called Team Whoobit and got to work. We were trying to get inspiration from the museum itself. We had pictures and stuff. We used those as references. I had the idea that maybe we should make like a puzzle game, basically putting together the broken pieces of an artifact that they had. Everyone liked that idea. We were actually gonna go with that. But then my boss added, why don't we make it like City Tower? For those who don't know, City Tower is one of the most retro kind of games where you pile up each floor on top of each other to make a living space for people. Basically gentrifying an entire desert and have as much people move into the city as possible. Looking back, I'm kind of glad we went with the City Tower thing, because I think another group also had the same idea. And it would be kind of weird to have like similar games, and we probably would have lost. So yeah, it's a good thing that we went with the city tower thing. Plus there was an artifact that perfectly matched our idea. So easy, barely an inconvenience. So we got to work. So I was responsible for all the Unity development stuff, which was terrifying. I knew nothing about AR development before this. And the more I thought about it, the more I panicked. I kept looking for tutorials that would help me with this, and a lot of them were just confusing. I asked a close friend of mine who makes AR and VR games for some advice. Oh dear heavenly Lord of mixed reality games, the appreciated, the respected, the cherished and worshipped, the stuff of the realistic but not real, please share me your wisdom. So, I'm sitting on my desk, well refreshed, ready to work on the game. The logic was pretty simple. Works like this. Like City Tower, the objects will move left and right until the player taps on the screen. Once they do, the animation for the object will disable and then enable the rigid body's kinetic options. If it falls off the base, the health bar decreases and the object reappears on top. I measured this using the object's y-axis, but if the player puts it in the right spot, the next object will pop up with the animation enabled and the kinetic disabled. Sounds easy, right? But it took forever to work on. We had the 3D models prepared by one of our team. Talented dude, by the way. Anyway, after 2 long weeks and dealing with like a million bugs later, we finally have a game. After testing it on my phone, we deemed it ready, and we submitted it to the jammy thingy. So sometime later, they wanted us to join an online meeting where they were gonna announce the winners. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend due to extremely important matters. But anyway, a few hours later, I get a notification, I get up, I see the message, and
the winner is Rubik Studio.
We won! Someone sees me out the window doing this weird shit. We won our first game jam! Hooray! Okay, now let me go back to bed. So our team and 3 other teams won. So what now? Well, each team will have a team leader to represent them in Nigeria for Echo's Game Jam event happening there. So we picked our boss, because obviously, boss. So until the event comes up, we were given the chance to polish our games a little bit more. So we added some more UI, another game level, fixed a few bugs and stuff, finally submitted the game. again. So off to Nigeria you go, boss! The event lasted for 4 to 5 days. Around the time I had class, I occasionally checked everyone's social media to see what they were doing. While I was in class this one time, I checked my boss's Instagram. It turns out they were pitching our game to Microsoft.
So, anyone knows how to make a Yelp diagram for useful register system? Anyone? How about you, Maggie?
The Microsoft! Sorry, the mic. The Microsoft. Our game is being pitched to Microsoft. This is first year college me's wet dream. Best dirty joke ever. Kinda stinks I couldn't be there, but well, what can you do? They gave tips and tricks on how to pitch, and this was just day 1. The rest of the event they spent showcasing their work in the game jam, meeting new people, connected with other cool dudes, marketing, all that good stuff. Apparently our game was also on an article too, which was super cool. But anyway, that's it. I think. That's how we won. So, yippee! Back to normal weird life. I'm definitely not gonna go join another game jam and make more games for fun, because games are not fun. Definitely not doing that.
Quack, 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 quack. See me, yummy, yak, 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 yak.
Unfortunately, I couldn't attend due to extreme. Bruh, come on, let me finish this. I broke my stuff. I broke my bed, bro. I gotta fix it. It's the Nigeria's National Museum. Thank you.